Welcome to the ScuzzCast. This is Dom, and Nolan. Big No.
What's up?
And today we're going to be talking about the current state of things here at ELHS with the sports programs, men's and women's. And we're going to be talking about each records, how they did, how they might do in the future, and how they're currently doing.
All right, so first for boys teams, currently the baseball team is at 6-5. Not too sure too much how they're doing.
It's pretty solid.
Pretty solid. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on to basketball. Team is pretty solid this year too. Lots of our teams were solid this year.
Yeah, I would say so.
Basketball team lost in the first round of Western Mass, right?
Yeah.
Nice performance by Ray Carter that game.
Yeah. No, that was in the state playoffs.
Oh, we're talking about state.
Yeah, but no, that was before the state playoffs. So
yeah.
Performance in the state playoffs.
Amherst.
As well.
Amherst Pelham, that was a tough loss. I watched that.
Yeah. And then they lost, had an early exit in the state playoffs, but
yeah.
a very nice performance.
We don't talk about Shepherd Hill. Their fans were kind of wild, low key, but yeah, he dropped a clean 45 and they lost.
Moving on to football. There's a lot of things you could say about football.
Yeah,
5-5.
And also absolutely spanked Longmeadow in the Thanksgiving game.
Yeah,
I think that's really all that matters.
I know. It's
that's really all we care about.
That's all they're going to talk about at the end of the day. We just spanked Longmeadow, like absolutely spanked. It was like 41-14 was the score.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah, that's complete domination. Golf also had a very solid season at 13-4. Mm-hmm. Did they have a state playoff?
Hey, golf.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how they did.
Not too sure how they did.
Not sure how they did. I don't really keep up with the putt.
A very, very solid season. Yeah. Hockey team was up and down all season.
Oh my god, that was
hockey
something.
was fun to watch. Though.
I did show up. Yeah, we showed up the same game against Minnetonka where they went up like 4-0 in like the first 5 minutes and then they blew it.
Oh my god!
But then they won in overtime, so it's whatever.
They pulled out the W. That's all
they
that
did.
Matters.
Yeah.
Very. Did they make the playoffs or?
They actually didn't because they scheduled another game against Minnetonka and they lost that one.
Oh.
And then
that was a morning game. I went to that one too. That one was rough.
Went to that game?
Yeah.
I could not bother to go to Olympia at that time. But I mean.
All right. Lacrosse not having a great start to the season at 3-6. Had a very big loss against Longmeadow the other week. Was it 14-2?
I think it was something like that.
Yeah,
they beat Pope,
it was
though.
a very, very big loss. But
they beat Pope. That's significant.
Yeah, that was after the Longmeadow game, so they followed it up with a nice win against Pope.
And they had
no ELX.
They got beat by them.
Yeah.
The first time.
They did get beat
they were getting chirped, too, and then they were able to chirp back.
Yep. All right, moving on. We got the soccer team now. Had a very, very good season. Probably our best team here. 14-4-4.
Yeah.
Finish the season.
I didn't even really realize how good they were during the season.
Lost in the semifinals of the Western Mass game.
Yeah, they had the 1 seed.
Yeah, they got the number 1 seed in the state tournament and made a run through the state tournament all the way to the Final Four and lost in the championship game.
In Western Mass. Game? It was the Western Mass you're talking about?
No, the States.
Yeah, States. They made it to the semifinals.
They lost in the semifinals, right?
The round of 4.
Yeah, so a very solid seed all around, a solid team all around this season for the soccer team.
And I mean, I went to every single game when they were at home. I mean, how couldn't you? And the crowd was pretty nice. The crowd definitely contributed to a lot of that. They had a really nice, I think it was a three-goal comeback.
Yeah.
Against some team that had to come from Cape Cod.
Wow.
So that must have been a great drive back for them.
Yeah.
After blowing
You're a pretty avid guy in the student section when it comes to all sports, Tom.
That's what I'm talking about. I kind of quiet in school, laid back. When I get back.
Oh my god.
Wait, we can let one swear.
Swimming now. They finished their
We
season.
have an East Longmeadow swim team?
We do have a swim team here.
Awesome.
That's disrespectful.
I believe it is swimming and diving combined.
Yeah.
But on Mass Live, I could only find the swimming.
They did good, right?
No, actually, not too good. Their record was 4-5 on the season.
Oh my god.
I was seeing on Instagram. I don't know.
Yeah.
They were posting with medals.
That's what Mass Live has told me that they are 4.
I guess everybody gets a participation medal as well.
Yeah, sure. Moving on to tennis. They're one team that is currently playing right now, and they are a very, very strong team at 8-2 currently.
Wow.
Damn, what up, tennis?
Led by Super 7 Ryan Morneau.
Super 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Led by Super 7 Ryan Morneau. Another solid team, volleyball, sitting at 9-4 currently.
9-4. Oh, they're a story I want to talk about,
yes,
actually.
I have popped out to a few of their games.
Really?
And let me tell you, it gets rowdy in there.
It does?
It does. It gets hype in there.
Wow. Because, I was I had Luke Goodchild, who's
Luke Goodchild. He's one of their better players on the team. They're having a very solid season so far.
Yeah, he was telling me
last
about
time I
that.
checked and saw, and since they're currently sitting at 9-4 too, I would assume that they're still somewhere sitting in the top 10 in Western Mass.
I would think so, in their division, yeah.
They are having a very solid season so far.
I remember, actually, their first game that they won, which was actually their first game. That was their first win since 2019.
Yeah.
So to go from not ever winning to 9-4 this season is pretty nice. And they don't even have any seniors, so they're doing that they're doing that with all underclassmen.
Very, very young team.
Program's getting serious.
I know. I have to put that over football.
Right, yeah.
Whoa.
Moving on to the last one, we have wrestling. The only game I could find for them, or the only stat, was that they were 0-1. Not too sure how their season went.
Yeah.
But
they play in that small gym.
Yeah, they do.
That air conditioning goes crazy in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, all right, that is it for the boys' teams. We're moving on to the girls' team. First up, we have basketball. For the girls, and
we might have to.
Disappointing would be an understatement to say that.
Not much to say about that.
Yeah, not much to say about their season.
I mean, they had as much. Wait, they had how much wins do they have?
They went 1-18.
Oh, so they had as much wins as brawls.
Yeah,
there was a big brawl. I think it was Chicopee or something. So they've had as much wins as on-court brawls.
Yep,
that's not a very good stat.
You're killing them. Who are you, Stephen A. Smith?
I don't know. I think I think their record speaks for itself.
Yeah,
I think everyone was flaming them during.
That's all we can say about basketball.
I don't know. I kind of want to keep talking a little bit because that student section still went crazy for their winless team.
We have a good student section.
They travel well.
Top tier.
They travel well.
Top tier.
We had a great student. We had a great student section. If I can just go back to soccer for a second, we had a great student section at that semifinal game. There was a lot of people. We had our entire section. You had to drive 40 minutes for that too.
Yeah,
it was pretty
nice.
What a
hassle.
Yeah. All right, moving on to a surprisingly very solid team this year. Field hockey at 14-3-2.
Yeah, and then
typically not a very good team we have here, which is why I guess no one really talked about it, and
I don't think
they ever made it into the top 10 of Western Mass.
They made it.
Did anybody show up to those games?
Did. Yeah, they did make it into the States.
But also they so they got really unlucky with their division.
I believe they lost in the first round, right?
Yeah, they drew Martha's Vineyard.
I know.
As their first. They had to leave school super early. I don't even think they got into school.
Right,
it was super early. It was on a school day too, I'm pretty sure. And so they had to leave. It was super early. They had to get on a ferry too. Everything. They had to get meals and stuff for this field first round field hockey state. They had to get on a ferry. They had to go there to Martha's Vineyard, and just the cherry on top of the cake, they lost in OT.
Oh, that's terrible.
So they had to do all that, losing in OT with a 14-3 record. And I'm pretty sure, I don't even think they were
a very solid season.
I don't know if they were seeded very high either.
They were not.
Martha's Vineyard was
and they were not a very high seed.
I don't know. I think you might think strengths of schedule there a little bit. But
all right, moving on to, again, just like the boys, we have a very, very, very solid girls soccer team as well this year, winning the Western Mass title. Moving on to the States, and I believe losing in the first or second round, correct?
Yeah, in the States, it was very disappointing. Again, just like I didn't even mention that, but the boys and girls soccer team both lost in penalties.
Yeah.
They were both very disappointing penalty shootouts. I witnessed both of them, and it was bad.
All right, next we have softball, having a pretty solid season so far, sitting at 7-4 currently.
Yeah, they're undefeated in their division.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Having a solid season. Next, we got swimming for the girls. Had a better season than the boys did at 6-3.
That's probably what I saw. I think I was mistaken.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Yeah. decently good season at 6-3. That's acceptable.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a decent season for them. Girls tennis, 3-7 currently.
Ooh.
Rough.
Not as strong as the boys program.
No.
But not sure who their wins are against. Not too much about girls tennis and all.
Yeah, no.
And who's good and who's not.
I'm really focusing on that.
Yeah, so don't know too much about that. Girls volleyball, 6-12.
Mm-hmm.
Not a very disappointing season, but not a great season.
Wow, the guys' team's underperforming. That's surprising a little bit.
Yeah. So not a terrible season, but not a great season for them.
They had some seniors on there too, so like that's,
oh, they did?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it's more than the
Any is more than the boys team. The boys.
So yeah. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for our podcast. See you next time.